The first set of litigations on the 2023 presidential election has been concluded, and this is with the election petitions court dismissing petitions by opposition parties against the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the February 25th poll. The court dismissed the petitions for lacking merit and failure to prove their claims. TVC News senior political correspondent Ayodele Zubako reports.
Wednesday presidential election petitions court judgment is the longest in the history of election litigations in Nigeria. The five-man justices of the court began ruling on the petitions at about 9:25 in the morning and concluded at about 9:50 p.m., running to more than 12 hours.
I make a humble appearance for the fourth respondent.
This petition accordingly lacks merits. The lead judge, Justice Aruna Samani, ruled as the court dismissed the petition filed by the Allied People's Movement, APM.
It will appear that the petitioner is the view that the fourth respondent was still the central candidate of the second respondent.
That was the fate that befell other petitions filed by the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The tribunal threw out the opposition parties' petitions against the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the February 25 presidential election.
Thus, the fourth respondent was nominated as the vice presidential candidate of the second.
The petitions followed the outcome of one of the most keenly contested presidential elections in the country, which the former governor of Lagos State won after scoring 37% of the votes. Tinubu beat the PDP presidential candidates Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi of the Labour Party to win the presidency.
I think Peter was in a rush. Do you know why I say he was in a rush?
Atiku, who came second, and Obi in third position, proceeded to the tribunal to invalidate the election, alleging irregularities. The five-man panel dismissed the petitions filed by Obi and Atiku point by point in what many have hailed as thorough and painstakingly job by the justices. Ruling on Obi's petition, Justice Samani described it as unmeritorious, as the petitioner did not present credible evidence to back claims of irregularities.
On that note, I hereby hold that the petitioner failed to prove the lone ground of his petition to the effect that the third and fourth respondents were not qualified to contest the election held on 25th February 2023 for the reason of double nomination. Having resolved the sole issue of this petition against the petitioner, this petition is held to be devoid of any merit.
In one of its key decisions, the tribunal ruled that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, reserves the right to decide the mode of transmission of election results, thereby nailing Obi's claim of failure to upload results on IREV in real time.
For the first respondent.
The justices of the court also dismissed Obi and Labour Party's claim of 25% votes in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, ruling that Abuja enjoys same status as other states.
Lone Star Drilling Company Limited, all citation supply.
The panel also ruled that there was no record of arrests or conviction against President Tinubu in the United States, as claimed by Obi in his petition. Also in the judgment on Atiku's petition alleging electoral fraud and claims that President Tinubu is not qualified to run for the election, Justice Samani dismissed the prayers.
Since its withdrawal on the 6th of July,
the tribunal struck out claims alleging dual citizenship against President Tinubu and evidence of some of Atiku's witnesses on the conduct of the election. By its unanimous decision, the five-man panel affirmed the victory of President Tinubu in the 2023 presidential election. In the political history of Nigeria, no petition against the outcome of a presidential election has succeeded. All the presidential elections petitions witnessed since the return of democracy in 1999 suffered the same fates.
You all know that to be a president in this country, you need votes from everywhere. So why should I be afraid?
Atiku and Obi have rejected the judgment, and they have the chance to appeal at the Supreme Court within 60 days from the date of the judgment.
Today, we give kudos to the judiciary for their indefeasible commitment to rule of law. The theme for Nigeria is for us to pull Nigeria up and be proud of a country that's the only country that we have.
Ayodele Uzubakun, TVC News, Lagos.